Hello and welcome to Simple Steps to Online Safety, a Get Your Business Online presentation at Grow with Google. I am your host, Dave Meyer, and today we're going to be talking through how to generate new business for your business and stay safe. And I have my presentation live, which proves that we're broadcasting live. And if you'd like to ask questions during today's event, here's how to do so. I'm going to click over to my window and we're going to run this. I'm going to go Control Tab, and then you can see the window where the event is being broadcast from. So if you are live on today's event, you may be viewing from the window inside of today's event. If you click on the YouTube live channel, you'll actually be able to ask questions using that window over the chat window inside of here. So if you ask a question here, you'll be able to connect with us, ask questions, and we'll do our best to ask or to answer your questions live during today's event. In an event that talks about online viruses and hacks and how to avoid said things, it's only fair or only good, I suppose, that I actually have a cold today. So that's why my voice sounds a little bit different for the folks that are used to listening to me online. So thank you for your time, attention, and patience as we talk through simple steps to online safety. Today, we're going to run through a few different ways that your online safety can be compromised and how to get through and protect yourself from those events. We're going to talk through, of course, why online safety is important, what you need to look for, how to identify common threats, how to keep your business safe online, and how Google can help you with each of those events. The internet is a great place for work and play when it's safe, and it's an excellent place to do some amazing and fun things. We're going to learn ways that you can make the internet a safe place for you, your business, and the people you work with. As a quick disclaimer, these slides are not meant to scare you. We're going to talk about some serious topics, of course, but the main goal for this workshop is to keep you informed so that you can stay safe with some simple steps. First, let's talk through why online safety is important. Identity theft is real, and it increases each year. Last year, $16 billion was stolen from almost 15.5 million US customers, and $107 billion has been stolen over the past 6 years, compared with 15.3 billion and 13.1 million victims a year earlier. This is absolutely ratcheting up. In the past 6 years, identity thieves have stolen over $107 billion. That is nothing to be scoffed at, and it's very, very serious. Identity theft is also a messy affair that takes a long time to resolve. When someone takes your identity to steal money, your identity is compromised, a range of things can happen. Initially, someone could simply steal money from you. If they could open a bank account and credit card accounts in your name, that could end up damaging your credit. Identity theft can even result in losing benefits, and it could get you in some legal problems. So how does this identity theft actually occur? Well, the most common forms of ID theft are new account fraud, when someone opens an account in your name, tax fraud, existing account fraud, common scams, such as a tech support scam. A company claiming to be your computer support team calls you and says something happened. They remote access into your computer and do something. They ask for a $100 fix from your credit card, and now they have your credit card number, so they start charging your card. They now also have access to your files, including your tax documents. For this tech support scam, if someone calls claiming to be your computer support team, simply hang up the phone. If you have a problem with your computer, take it to someone local to you that you can trust. There's also an IRS collection agency scam that's quite common. If someone calls you pretending to be the IRS or a collection agency, they will use fear tactics and aggression. They say things like, if you don't pay now, we'll call the local police and arrest you. Some people think they won't fall for it, but when people are yelling at you, you might be stressed into doing things that you wouldn't otherwise. The solution to an IRS collection or agency scam is to hang up. Even if it's the real IRS, you can still hang up on them. You can then call the official number at irs.gov to find out more information. A locked credit or debit card scam. You may get an email that says that your account was locked due to suspicious activities and to please click the link to unlock if it's really you. This is a phishing scam, which is a way to gather information from you. The solution, of course, to a credit card scam like this is to never click links from places that you don't trust. And even if you do trust the source at first view, make sure that you're going through the proper channels. If, for example, you get an email from your bank, it would be much better to call your bank or to go to your bank's website on your own instead of clicking on a link from an email. Card skimmers. There are false faces that can be placed over existing card readers over bank ATMs, gas pumps, and other places. These read the data in the magnetic strip of your credit card and take those numbers and use them for nefarious purposes. As a solution, avoid outdoor ATMs. Only use ATMs inside shops or banks where it's much harder to tamper inside. It's still doable, but it's not as hard, or it's not as easy to connect. As a solution, always go inside to pay, or if you're lazy, look for a sticker tape that says that the reader has not been tampered with. There's also pumps in the direct line, or go to the pumps in direct line of sight of the gas attendant, because those are safer as they're less likely to be tampered with. Signs of ID theft that you might want to look out for include rejection notices from the IRS, and you don't find that out until you file your returns. The response is immediate from IRS once you e-file. Unfamiliar accounts in your credit report, and to get over that, you should monitor your credit report before things happen. Or strange bills that aren't yours. Don't assume that bills that come to your address is a wrong delivery if it's not your name. Someone could be using your social security number and putting in their name or a pseudonym. Or calls about debt that you are sure you don't owe. All of these require additional steps, and we'll continue to talk through those. There's also hacking of websites. Sites get hacked in a number of ways. One example is through access control, where the accessor or the attacker tries to gain access to your account with combinations of usernames or passwords. Alternatively, there could be online software that hasn't been updated to its most secure version, so the attacker exploits a certain unpatched vulnerability. Most prominently, attackers will use ads via ad networks to inject malware-laden advertisements into a website. It's important to be able to spot the potential problems so that you're safe online. Access control. Exploitation of access control often comes in the form of a brute force attack, where the attacker attempts to guess possible usernames and password combinations in the effort to log in as the user. There are simple steps that you can take to avoid those, including CAPTCHA codes, which are simple buttons that ask you to prove that you're not a robot. These are probably buttons or accesses that you've seen many times on the web. Software vulnerabilities. When it comes to websites, exploitation of a software vulnerability is achieved through a cleverly malformed URL or website address. Via these two methods, an attacker is able to enact a number of attacks. Or third-party integrations. The most prominent form are ads via ad networks that lead to malvertising attacks or injections of malware software after you click on a falsified ad. Let's take a look at some common online threats that you see every day. Now that you know more about the problems caused by online threats, we'll learn how to avoid computer viruses. Then we'll look at identifying and avoiding phishing, pop-up, and email scams. Has your computer ever been infected by a virus? Viruses are some of the oldest and most common online problems. You can unknowingly download them while downloading seems legitimate program or files. A virus can steal personal information or harm your computer. For example, Someone may have uploaded or downloaded a funny cat video. After the video, her computer crashed. In an earlier example, we may have downloaded a virus and that virus was attached to the video. It's not just videos that are affected. Any file that you download can contain a virus. Those include documents and emails, links to websites that automatically download viruses, or infected applications. How to protect yourself from viruses? Using trusted antivirus software that you can download and run on your devices will warn you of virus-infected sites. The software also scans documents and other files that will alert you if those files are infected. There are a number of trusted antivirus software programs such as Norton or McAfee, including free software from Avast, AVG, Komodo, and many more. Think of your device as a home that needs to be protected from intruders. You wouldn't open your door to a complete stranger, and you probably lock your doors on your home and your car. But you might unknowingly invite viruses in by clicking a link to an infected website or downloading an infected video, application, or other attachment. Phishing emails and text messages are extremely common online. But what are they? The word phishing is spelled differently, mimicking what thieves of this type do. They are phishing for your information, placing thousands of fake websites, which look like legitimate websites of well-known companies on the web, hoping that unsuspecting individuals will enter their login or financial information. Often these thieves will send an email from what seems like a well-known legitimate company, warning you of a problem with your account or asking you to verify information. These fake emails will link to a real-looking fake website where you can log in and verify account or financial information. These fake websites then collect and use the information to steal merchandise from legitimate websites or money from bank accounts. These types of scams can also come in the form of text messages from well-known companies telling you there's a problem with your account and linking to a fake website to steal information. Let's look at the example on the screen to see how thieves steal information via phishing. When you know what to look for, you can protect yourself. Notice how the scammer is using a non-personalized greeting. Any trusted company should know your name and wouldn't use a generic greeting like "Dear Client" or "Dear Customer." That's your first clue. Next, look at the email address. Phishing scams rarely show an official email address, or those addresses may be cleverly misspelled. The phisher hopes you won't notice that misspelling. Finally, you can hover over the link provided in emails, and in this example, the link points to an unofficial site or is redirecting you to a link that is different from the link shown in the email message. Along with the phishing, there's a slightly more tricky version called spear phishing, and it's much more effective at getting users to hand over information or money. Spear phishing is more precise, where the greeting will show your name. You might think if my favorite store uses my name, then it must be legitimate. The spear phisher uses this to build a sense of trust, to bait and then hook you into following their instructions and hand over the personal information or money. If the message shows your name and still seems suspicious, look for other clues. If you're unsure, go directly to the official company website and contact them directly. Let's look at the final online threat we'll discuss today. Notice how that this message uses a generic, non-personalized greeting. Any trusted company should know your name and would not use a generic greeting like "Dear Client" or "Dear Customer." That's your first clue. Next, look at the email address. Phishing scams rarely show an official email address, or they may be misspelled. The phisher hopes you won't notice the misspelling. Finally, you can hover over the link provided in the email. As shown in the example, the link points to an unofficial site or is redirecting you to a different page than the link shown in the message. Along with phishing, there's a slightly more tricky version, again called spear phishing, and it's more effective at getting users to hand over information or money. The spear phishing tactic is much more precise, where the greeting will show your name. So, if you look at these connections and link out, you can hover over what those things include. So in this example, management at inline shop, you tend to see that and see the missing O or miss the missing O in online shop. The hovering over the emails, if it looks at online shop.sign-in and it goes to redirect.ophm.co and it has Dear Client, you'll see that those are often common issues. Another common thing to look for is misspellings or grammar issues inside of emails, because those tend to be originated by non-native English speakers inside of English emails. So if the wording is just a little bit off, be very, very suspicious. This is another example where a text message has been received from an unknown number. Be aware of the actual account number and the web link. This one is sent from an unknown number, and it's also an international number, so that's kind of concerning. To you look more official, that may actually include your real account number, but the web link in this example is disguised and shortened to look more trustworthy. You would not want to click on this link. Instead, you want to go to the actual website of the resource that you're receiving this message from, the real company, and confirm that there is or is not an issue. Now let's look at pop-up scams. These pop-up scams are attempts to get you to call or click on a link to make contact with a scammer who will try to charge you for fake products or services. Just as the name implies, these messages pop up or appear on your device as a way to get you to do something for the scammer. Usually it's to give them personal information, money, or click on a link that installs a virus to your device. Let's see if you can identify some common online scams. Is this a scam or not? If you believe the pop-up is a scam, this is correct. It's a scam. We just learned in phishing and spear phishing scams, there's a couple ways to tell this. First, look at the screen. Know that legitimate companies don't send warnings to you or to call a number to regain access to a program you already use. Notice the scary language where it says, "We have temporarily suspended this username." Not a real account name, and it's a scare tactic to get you to connect. Last, there's more scary language and instructions for you to call them so that they can get you to pay or have the problem removed. Or they'll ask you to remotely access your device, and in so doing, they will install a virus or steal your personal information. How about this one? I believe, and I think you should probably know, that this probably is a scam. It includes a generic, non-personalized greeting. The email is not from an official email address, and the attachment has a suspicious file name. Don't ever click on an attachment unless you know that it's from a legitimate source. And even then, I would be very, very careful, because scammers keep thinking of new and original ways to trick you into doing something that you shouldn't. What should you do if you see a scam email? What if you clicked on it? What's the risk? Let's look at the low risk ones first. When you open and read a scam email, don't worry too much. This alone usually isn't enough to install a virus or steal personal details. In fact, you'd need to take further steps usually to compromise your data for your device to be in danger. Medium risk, if you open an email and click a link in the email, you run a greater risk for installing a virus on your device or linking to a web browser that will display annoying pop-up messages. When you click a link, your best defense is to run a full antivirus scan of your device. For high risk, what happens when you open the email, click the link, and give some information and download a file? If you type your password or financial details into a scam site, you need to act very fast. First, go to the official site in question and change your password. If you use that password to sign into your email account, be sure to change that too. Change any occurrence of that password that you've used. And as a matter of fact, you should, in general, never use a single password more than once for any of your logins. Every place that you log in should include a different login or access. If you've given over any financial details, tell your bank right away to have them watch and/or lock your account. The internet can be a great place to accomplish many things, but as we've learned so far, there's some common risks that you can learn to spot to keep yourself safer online. We've learned about identity theft and online threats. You have the knowledge. Now let's turn that knowledge into power to keep your information safe online. Here's some simple steps to keep your business safe online. First, use strong passwords. Use unique passwords for every online account. Safeguard your passwords. Strong password tips, including series of words. Create passwords of at least 8 characters long. Security questions, password manager. Set up password recovery options and keep them up to date. Passwords are the first line of defense against cyber criminals. It's crucial to pick strong passwords that are different for each of your important accounts, and it's a good practice to update your passwords regularly. Use the same password to log into multiple accounts, using the same password to log into your Google account, social media profiles, and retail websites increases your security risk dramatically. It's like using the same key to unlock your car, home, and office. If someone gets access to one, they could break into all of them. Creating a strong and secure password is the most critical step that you can take in protecting your online accounts. You can do this by using a series of words that you won't forget, but that's hard for others to guess. Or take a long sentence and build a password with the first letters of each word. To make it even stronger, make it at least 8 characters long. The longer your password is, the stronger it is. If asked to create answers for security questions, consider using fake answers to make them more difficult to guess. A password manager like Google Smart Lock in your Chrome browser helps you safeguard and keep track of all the passwords for your different online accounts. It can also keep track of answers to security questions and generate random passwords for you. There are other offerings like 1Password or LastPass that are also good options to look into if you're looking for ways to secure your accounts. If you get your password or get locked out, you need a way to get back into your account. Many services will send an email to you at a recovery email address or phone number if you need to reset your password. So make sure that recovery email address or phone number is up to date. To keep your software up to date, first you need to update that software whenever you are notified of an update. You need to review that software to ensure that it is the safest version online and the latest version, and only download that software from a trusted source. We surveyed security experts about top online safety practices that they take to stay safe online, and installing the latest software updates was the very first item on their list. It's important to always use up-to-date software to protect yourself from security vulnerabilities, whether that's your internet browser, operating system, plugins, or document editors. When you receive notification on a mobile device or desktop that software updates are available, install those as soon as possible. You should periodically review the software that you run on your desktop and mobile devices to make sure you're running the latest versions available. Some services, including Chrome browser, will automatically keep themselves up to date. Also, be sure that you're downloading software from a source that you trust. Next, protect your mobile devices. Of course, you always want to lock your device screens. Set your device to auto lock after a set amount of time, usually within a few minutes, and lock down your phone if you lose it. For Find Your Phone on iPhones or myaccount.google.com, you can lock down those devices. And then download content from a source you trust. You can use tools like Play Protect and keep potentially harmful apps off of your phone. Delete any old applications on your phone and only use the latest version. If you find a application that hasn't been updated in a long time, the likelihood that there are vulnerabilities on that particular piece of software go up dramatically over time. Let's look at how you protect your devices. When you're not using your computer, laptop, tablet, or phone, absolutely lock your screen to keep others from getting into your device. For added security, set that device to automatically lock when it goes to sleep. In case your phone is ever lost or stolen, on Android devices, again, visit myaccount.google.com and select Find Your Phone to protect your data in a few steps. Whether you have an Android or iOS device, you can remotely lock or locate and lock your phone so that no one else can use that phone and access your personal information. Always download your mobile apps from a source you trust. To help keep Android devices secure, Google Play Protect runs a safety check on apps from the Google Play Store before you can download them and periodically checks your device for potentially harmful apps from other sources. A few other ways you can keep the data on your phone safe is by deleting the old apps you no longer use from your device, enabling auto updates to ensure you always have the latest version of the app running, and thinking twice about what sensitive data, like data or photos for locations, you're giving your apps permission to access. Other tips to avoid getting phished include never clicking on questionable links, always validate suspicious URLs or links, beware of email scams, fake prizes, and gifts, and double check your files before downloading. Practicing browser safety is a key way to protect your information. Let's look at this example on the slide. As we discussed in email safety tips, remember to only use secure connections and those websites that show HTTPS and a padlock in the address bar, shown in Google Chrome and other popular browsers. Make sure that you only click on items that you trust. And in general, if you're concerned or if your senses are piqued or your curiosity is buzzing as a result of some email that you receive, you can either ignore that or go directly to the trusted source and type the address in yourself. Next, you can also protect your accounts with two-step verification. This is a fantastic thing to consider for any emails or multiple login control devices. So if you have a recovery email account, make sure that your recovery email account that you use for multiple services is as secure as humanly possible. Two-step verification keeps anyone out who shouldn't have access to your account by requiring you to use a secondary factor on top of your username and password to log into your account whenever you access your account from an untrusted or new source. With Google, for example, this can be a 6-digit code generated from Google Authenticator app or a prompt in your Google app to accept the login from a trusted device. Visit security.google.com to set up two-step verification on your Google account. Right now, if you have a Google account and have a phone, here are the steps to take on how to take a security checkup to make sure your Google account is secure as possible. This only takes a few minutes. If you don't have an account for your phone, then we have a link on a sheet for you at the end here, or you can simply jot down this address to take the checkout or take the security overview on your own time. First, take out your personal device and search g.co/security checkup. Click sign in, and you'll be prompted to sign into your Google account if you've not already done so, and enter your personal Google account information. You'll be routed to this screen where you can review your results and take actions as needed to improve your safety. One example of an alert you may receive to better secure your account is to verify your phone number. If you receive this alert, you can resolve the issue by clicking verify, entering your cell phone number, and then click next to complete the verification. You will usually receive a text message or a pop-up to accept the account that is as valid. Once you've resolved all of your possible security issues, the screen will show all green check marks to confirm that you have addressed all of your security issues. And this is what it looks like when you go through those steps. Now that we've learned about the tips to keep yourself safe online, let's talk about the steps Google takes to make sure your online experience is more secure. First, Google has built-in security. Products built with strong security protections are at the core of everything that Google does and every solid platform. It's the world's most secure and reliable infrastructure. Google protects your data and only makes it available when you need it. For safe browsing, This started for Chrome for dangerous websites, and it's free and used by Internet Explorer, Firefox, and half of the online world is protected. It includes warm website owners, and account security includes proactively notifying suspicious activity, blocking or warning for unrecognized geography or device, and emails you to protect your account with one click. Encryption. The higher level of security is available to you for all levels inside of Google. And when you share, your data moves between device, Google services, and data centers in an encrypted format. Defense in-depth mechanisms protecting using leading technology like HTTPS and transport layer security are also included in the encryption of your content. And then you can look out for security risks and automatically block content that comes from those blocked or suspicious sites. And we have learned at Google from serving billions of people to stay ahead of security threats online. Well, we just walked through a number of things that you can do to make yourself a bit more secure online. We wanted to spend a few minutes letting you know about what Google does behind the scenes. For built-in security, all products are built with strong security protections at their core to automatically protect you from a wide range of security threats. Google operates one of the most secure and reliable infrastructures in the world. Data centers are custom designed with security in mind and continuously monitored to protect your data and make sure it's available when you need it. Google originally built safe browsing technology to protect Chrome users from malware and phishing attempts by alerting them when they try to visit dangerous websites. To make the internet safer for everyone, we made this technology free for other companies to use in their browsers, including Apple Safari and Mozilla Firefox. Half of the world's online protection is now under the warm blanket of safe browsing. We also alert website owners when their sites have security flaws and offer free tools to help them quickly fix those problems. By continuing to share new security technology as it's developed, Google helps build an internet that's safer for everyone. Google also actively protects you if they detect something that they think you should know about, such as a suspicious login, a risky website, file, or app, and provides guidance to help you stay better protected. If someone logs into your account from a device not associated with your account, or gives an app permission to access sensitive details about that account, Google will send notification to your inbox or phone so that you can protect your account with a single click. Encryption brings a higher level of security and privacy to your services. When you do things like send an email, share a video, visit a website, or store your photos, the data you create moves between your device, Google services, and data centers. Google protects this data with multiple layers of security, including leading encryption technology such as HTTPS and TLS, transport layer security. And finally, threat detection. Google constantly looks for security risks and automatically blocks a wide range of security threats from ever reaching you. The insights that Google has gained by serving billions of people around the world help stay ahead and evolve new security enactments ahead of the threats becoming known. To learn more about Google and your privacy, check out privacy.google.com. At this account or at this page, you can learn more about your privacy settings and learn about the security protection Google has built into products. You'll also find a summary of each of the security tips that we talked through earlier today. Also check out other resources. The Better Business Bureau and the National Consumers League both offer lots of helpful information. I'm going to include the link here, but if you go to bbb.org and search for Consumers League, you'll find the information that you need. The Federal Trade Commission, or FTC, also handles complaints about deceptive or unfair business practices. To file a complaint, go to ftc.gov/FTC/contact/SHTM. If your complaint is against a company in a foreign country, you may be able to report complaints at econsumer.gov. And in the European Union, or EU, the European Consumer Centers Network helps consumers find solutions to such as cross-border shopping problems. And that is at cc.europa.eu/consumers/ECC/index_en.htm. That's what we have for you today, and I hope that this helped you feel a little bit more secure as you shop smart and safe online. Again, if you do have questions, you can guide and connect with us at the Google account. I don't see any specific questions so far, so I think we're probably set on that path. If you do have a question, you can also send me a note at dave@busyweb.com, and I'd be more than happy to help you and figure out how you can secure your account and find more information about how to keep your online account information safe online. Again, thank you from all of us at Google. And again, I am Dave Meyer with Google, helping you to get your business online and grow with Google. Have a fantastic day. And if you're celebrating, happy holidays.